Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Daily English Loop, the podcast where learning English is always easy, very natural, and incredibly fun. I'm your host, Alex, and I have a quick question for you. Have you ever walked up to someone, opened your mouth to speak English, and suddenly your brain completely freezes?
Hi guys, I am Lisa. And Alex, oh my goodness, yes, that actually happened to me when I was first learning a new language. A tourist asked me for directions to the train station and I panicked. I just pointed my finger down the street and walked away quickly.
I think every single language learner has a story exactly like that. It can be very scary to talk to a native speaker. Your heart beats fast, your hands get sweaty, and you forget every word you know.
Exactly, but it does not have to be that way. That is why today on Daily English Loop, we are going to share our top secrets on how to build your speaking confidence. We are going to teach you how to talk to absolutely anyone, anywhere, without feeling nervous.
It is going to be a fantastic episode. Building confidence is the key to fluency. But before we give you all of our best secrets, we have a tiny favor to ask. If you want to improve your English every single week, please hit that subscribe button right now.
Yes, and please give this podcast a big thumbs up. If you have a friend who is also too shy to speak English, send this episode to them. Learning together is always much more fun.
Thank you so much for supporting Daily English Loop. Okay, Lisa, let's dive right in. When a student wants to become a confident English speaker, what is the very first step? Where do they begin?
The first step is to start incredibly small. You do not need to have a 1-hour conversation about politics or science. You just need to start with one single word and a positive attitude.
One word? What word is that?
Hello or hi. It sounds too easy, but it is true. And you have to pair that word with a genuine, warm smile. A smile is magic. It's a universal language that tells the other person, I am a safe, friendly person, and I want to connect with you.
That is wonderful advice. If I'm walking my dog in the park and a stranger smiles and says, "Good morning," I instantly feel relaxed and happy. It completely changes the energy.
Exactly. So your very first homework assignment is just to smile and greet people. Say hi to your neighbor. Say good morning to the bus driver. You're already practicing English.
Okay, so we have the greeting and the smile. What happens next? After I say hello, how do I keep the conversation going without freezing?
You ask a simple question. People love to be helpful, and they love to answer easy questions. A classic choice is asking about the weather or the environment around you.
Right. You don't need a huge dictionary in your head to talk about the weather. You can just look at the sky and say, "It is so hot out here today, isn't it?"
Yes, or if you are standing in a very long line at the grocery store, you can just look at the person next to you and say, wow, this line is moving so slowly today, right?
That is brilliant. You're making an observation about something you both share. You're in the same line, experiencing the same thing. It's the perfect way to break the ice.
Break the ice is a great idiom. It means to start a conversation and make people feel comfortable. Now, Alex, let's talk about something we do not use our voices for. Let's talk about our bodies.
Body language. This is huge. Sometimes your body is shouting that you're nervous, even if you're trying to smile.
Exactly. When people are scared to speak a foreign language, they often make themselves look very small. They cross their arms over their chest, they look down at their shoes, and they pull their shoulders up to their ears.
I call that the turtle pose. You're trying to hide inside your shell. If you want to feel confident, you have to do the exact opposite.
So, what should a confident English speaker look like?
First, uncross your arms. Let your arms rest naturally by your sides. Next, roll your shoulders back and stand up nice and tall. Imagine there's a string pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling. When you stand tall, your brain actually sends a message to your body that says, I am confident.
That is a great physical trick. And what about your eyes? I know looking at someone can be intimidating.
Eye contact is very important, but you have to be careful. You do not want to stare at them without blinking. That is a little scary. Just look into their eyes gently while they are speaking. It shows them that you are paying attention.
So, open posture, relaxed shoulders, and gentle eye contact. I love it. Now, here is a secret that really helped me when I was a shy learner. You do not actually have to do all the talking.
Really? But it's an English speaking practice.
I know, but the secret to a great conversation is actually listening. People love to talk about themselves. If you ask a simple question and then just listen, the other person will do 80% of the work for you.
That is such a relief. You don't have to translate a million sentences in your head. You just nod your head, smile, and say things like, "Oh, really?" or "That is so interesting."
Exactly. Being a good listener makes you a fantastic conversationalist. But Alex, this brings up a very scary problem. What happens if I am listening and the native speaker is talking so fast that I do not understand a single word?
Oh, the panic moment. First of all, take a deep breath. Do not panic, and please do not just nod and pretend you understand. It is completely normal to ask for help.
But I always feel so embarrassed if I have to ask them to repeat themselves. It makes me feel like my English is bad.
Lisa, even native English speakers ask people to repeat themselves every single day. Sometimes it's noisy, or sometimes people mumble. It's not a failure. You just need to learn a few survival phrases.
Survival phrases. I like that. What is a good survival phrase to use?
Keep it very polite. You can smile and say, "I'm so sorry, could you say that one more time?" Or you can say, "Would you mind speaking just a little bit slower? I'm still learning English."
I love that second phrase. I'm still learning English. Whenever I tell someone that I'm learning their language, they instantly become so kind and patient with me. They're usually very impressed that I'm trying.
Exactly. Native speakers respect the effort. They will happily slow down for you. Now, if our listeners want to practice these skills, where is the best place to go? We want a place that is low stress.
My absolute favorite place to practice low-stress English is at a local bakery or a farmer's market.
A bakery is a great idea. Why a bakery?
Because the interaction is very short, and you already know what the topic will be: food. You walk in, you use your confident posture, and you say, "Good morning," to the worker.
And then you order. "I would like one chocolate croissant, please."
Right. The worker will probably ask, "Is that all for today?" And you just reply, "Yes, thank you. Have a great day." It's a complete, successful conversation from beginning to end, and it only takes 30 seconds.
Those small victories are so important. Every time you successfully buy a pastry or a coffee in English, your confidence muscle gets a little bit stronger. Let's give our listeners another fun trick to practice. Lisa, what is a great way to make someone smile instantly?
Give them a compliment. This is my favorite icebreaker in the world.
A compliment is when you say something nice about the other person, but how do you do it naturally without sounding strange?
Focus on something small that they chose to wear. For example, if I'm sitting on a park bench next to a girl with bright red shoes, I'll turn to her and say, "Excuse me, I just wanted to say that I love your sneakers. The color is amazing."
That is brilliant. It's polite, it's not too personal, and it makes people feel wonderful. And how do they usually reply?
They always smile. They will usually say, "Oh, thank you so much. I bought them on sale last week." And boom, you are in a natural English conversation.
Giving a compliment is a superpower. But Lisa, we need to talk about the elephant in the room, the biggest thing that destroys confidence.
Let me guess, the fear of making mistakes?
Yes, so many students think they have to be perfect. They worry about using the wrong verb tense or forgetting an S on a plural word. They try to build the perfect sentence in their head, and by the time they are ready to speak, the conversation is already over.
Oh, I used to do this all the time. I called it perfection paralysis. But I want to tell everyone listening a massive secret. Are you ready? Mistakes are your best friends.
That is a bold statement. Why are mistakes your friends?
Because perfection does not exist. The only goal of a conversation is connection. If I say, "Yesterday I go to the store," my grammar is wrong. I should say, "went." But guess what? You still understood me. We still communicated perfectly.
That is so true. When I was trying to learn Spanish, I wanted to tell a waiter that I was full and could not eat anymore. Instead, I accidentally used the word for pregnant. I told the waiter I was pregnant.
Oh no! What did the waiter do?
He laughed, I laughed, and then he taught me the correct word. I will never, ever forget that word again. Mistakes are just proof that you are brave enough to try.
I love that story. Please do not let grammar rules trap you inside your own head. Open your mouth and make mistakes proudly.
Okay, so we are going to be brave, but sometimes it helps to be a little prepared. Do you have any tips for practicing before you go out into the real world?
Yes, I highly recommend shower practice.
Shower practice. You mean talking to yourself while you are washing your hair?
Exactly. The shower is the best place to practice because nobody can hear you. I want our listeners to prepare a tiny elevator pitch about themselves.
An elevator pitch is a short 20-second summary of who you are. What should they include in it?
Just the basics. Practice saying it out loud until it feels completely natural. For example, "Hi, my name is Lisa. I am originally from Italy, but I moved here for work. I am a graphic designer and I love photography."
That is fantastic. If you practice those 3 sentences 10 times in the shower, they will become automatic. Then, when you're at a party and someone asks, "Tell me about yourself," you won't freeze. The words will just roll off your tongue.
Being prepared removes the panic. Okay, Alex, we have talked about starting conversations, keeping them going, and fixing mistakes. But there is one final skill we need to cover. How do you escape?
Ah, yes, ending a conversation can feel very awkward. You don't want to just stop talking and walk away. That's very rude.
Right. What is a smooth, polite way to end a chat with someone you just met at a coffee shop or a park?
You need what I call a friendly exit phrase. You can look at your watch or your phone, smile, and say, "Well, I need to get going, but it was so nice talking with you."
It was so nice talking with you. That is a beautiful phrase. It's polite and respectful.
Yes, you can also say, "I have to run, but have a wonderful rest of your day." Then you give them one last smile, a little wave, and you can confidently walk away.
That sounds so professional and natural. Let's do a quick role play to show our listeners how all of this comes together. Let's imagine we are standing at a bus stop.
Perfect. I'm a stranger waiting for the bus, and you want to practice your English. Ready? Action.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
It is really chilly out here today, isn't it?
It really is. The wind is freezing. I hope the bus gets here soon.
Me too. By the way, I love your backpack. Is it for hiking?
Oh, thank you. Yes, it is. I'm actually going up to the mountains this weekend for a camping trip.
That sounds amazing. Well, oh, look, here's my bus. I have to run, but it was great chatting with you.
You too. Have a good day.
And scene. See how easy that was?
That was a perfect micro-conversation. You smiled, you mentioned the weather, you gave me a compliment, and you exited politely. That is a 10 out of 10.
And any of our listeners can do exactly that. It just takes a little bit of bravery to take that first step.
Absolutely. Let's quickly review the golden rules for our listeners today. Number 1, start small with a simple hello and a big smile.
Number 2, use open body language. Stand tall and don't cross your arms.
Number 3, ask simple questions about the environment or give a nice compliment to break the ice.
Number 4, don't panic if you don't understand. Just politely ask them to repeat or slow down.
And most importantly, number 5, do not fear mistakes. Your goal is connection, not perfection. Practice your introduction in the shower and be proud of your progress.
Wow, I feel so motivated right now. I want to go outside and talk to everyone.
Me too, Lisa. We truly hope that this episode of Daily English Loop has inspired you to step out of your comfort zone. English is a beautiful bridge that connects people from all over the world. Don't be afraid to walk on it.
Before we wrap up today's episode, we have a fun assignment for all of our wonderful listeners. We want to hear from you.
Yes, please scroll down to the comments section right now. We want you to write your elevator pitch in the comments. Tell us your name, where you are from, and one thing you love to do.
It is a great way to practice, and we read every single comment. It is our favorite part of the week to see where all of our listeners are from.
And remember, if you enjoyed today's tips, please hit that subscribe button for Daily English Loop. We have new fun episodes coming out every week to help you master real-world English.
Don't forget to like the video and share it with a friend who needs a little confidence boost today.
Thank you all so much for spending your time with us. Go out there, stand tall, smile, and say hello to the world.
Have a fantastic week, everyone. Keep practicing, and we will see you in the next episode.
Bye for now, friends.